Hi friends, so I welcome you to this class where we will be discussing about the farm production, just the continuation of the other day's class. We saw about different types of farmers. Some are very rich farmers cultivating in a large area. Some are medium farmers who have got rather a big farm, big area, and very small farmers who have got a very small piece of land where they will not be able to cultivate and produce sufficient for their use. So when we speak about their production, we can say people who have got larger farms, they will be cultivating and producing more than what they require. They will have extra or they will have surplus. And medium farmers also will have some surplus production. They may not have much surplus, but they will have certain amount of surplus production will be there. So what will they do then? The farmers who produce more than what they require, what will they do? So one option is that they can go to the market and sell it and get money. That is how they earn money. That is what most of the farmers are doing in the villages. While on the other hand, the small farmers, they will not have any surplus. They whatever they produce, they will have to finish up eating, and for next years they will have no more capital, no more money in their hand to start their product, start their cultivation, and so they will have to go and borrow from others. That will be a very pathetic situation for these small farmers. And we see for starting a production, we said we need three factors of production. One is land, labor and capital. So for the small farmers, the land is a small area. The labor, they themselves work. They cannot go and call other workers or paying. They don't have money, so they themselves work. All the family members work together in that farm. Then another third thing that they require is capital, and they are very poor, they don't have the capital, therefore they have to go and take loan from others. We saw in the last class, if they take loan from the private money lenders, they have to pay very high interest, 24% interest they have to pay. That is very high, and so that is very difficult for them. Yet there is no other means, therefore they continue to borrow money from the money lenders, accepting all their hard conditions, and they go on working their whole life. They are not able to improve anything because of this lack of capital. If they have capital on their own, then they can sustain on themselves, they can manage on themselves, don't have to worry. But since they are very poor, they are really struggling. So the rich people, they will take to market whatever extra is there, they will sell it, and that money they will put in the bank. So if they put deposit in the bank, they will get some interest, so their money will increase. That is what the rich farmers can do. They can deposit money in the bank. Those who sell extra production in the market, and that money will be put in the bank. And when the cultivation season starts, the small farmers will go and ask money, so they will take out from the bank and give to these people as a loan, and they will get back with high interest. So they will become richer and richer year by year. But the poor people, they will be struggling and struggling, and they will be becoming very poor again. That is the situation in the agricultural field. And in this page number 11, you can see a chart is given there. A chart. What is it about? It is about farmers. Three farmers, and they cultivate for 3 years, and at the end of the third year, what is the situation of the farmer? What is the financial situation of the farmer? Let us see. So in the first year, So one farmer is producing 100 kilos of paddy, let us say. He is producing 100. The first year he is producing 100 kgs of rice, let us say. Then he needs to eat 40 kgs. In a year he needs 40 kg for his family. He needs 40 kg of rice in a year. So he produced 100 kg and so he has got 40 kgs for himself. Then how much is the balance? So surplus is there, extra. So 60 kgs balance, is it not? Total production is 100. So 40 is for himself and 60 is extra. So that one he will sell it in the market. 60 kg he will sell it and he will take that money. So he has got capital, that is the capital for next year. That is kept for capital for next year. Or if not selling also, he can keep it as a seed. So for next year for him 60 kg of paddy is there for starting his cultivation. So he is going to begin with this in the second year. He will use that 6. So he will use that 60 kg of rice and he will produce double. So next year he will produce double. 60 into 2 is 120. So second year's production is improving. First year he produced 100 kg and this year he is able to produce 120 kg. And here he will use 40 kg for himself, for his family. Then how much is extra? 120 is the total production. 40 kg is keeping for himself. Then 80 kg is extra. So that 80 kg he will use for next year as a capital. So again he will use 80 kg and he will produce double of it. When it was 60 he produced 120 kg. And 80 means he will produce how many kg? 80, what's the double of 80? 160. So he will produce 160 kg in the third year. Then here he will keep 40 kg for his use. For him 40 kg is enough for a year. Then how much is the surplus? 120 kg extra is there. So for the fourth year's capital he has got 120 kg extra rice or extra paddy. And if you use that one for the fourth year, he will produce double of it and it will be 240 kg he will be producing. So year by year he is increasing. So this will be a rich farmer. So he is able to keep extra every year and use it as a capital and use for planting next year, the following year, and he is able to produce more. So that way we can say this is a rich farmer. He has got a big area and he has got good soil. That's why he is able to produce double. Here the surplus is 60 and 60 is making into 120. Here surplus is 80 and he is making it into 160. So he is able to produce double of what he is putting. So if he puts 60 kg, he is able to make 120 kg. So that is the situation of a rich farmer. Now let us see another type of farmer. A second farmer, let us see. This is a second farmer. So he is starting with a capital 80. So first year he produced 80. Then he is using 40 kg for his house use, for his family use. Then how much is the surplus? Another 40 kg extra is there, and that will be the capital for next year. So he will use that capital here and he will produce 80, double he will produce. And he will keep 40 for himself, then extra 40 is there. So that 40 is the capital for next year. Again he will produce double. 40 he will make double. 40 he will keep for himself. Then 40 is the surplus, and that 40 he will use for capital for next year. So here we see the farmer, he is not going down and he is not able to increase his production as well, because his land is small. Therefore he is able to produce only 80, and he is able to keep extra only every year same. There is no increase and no decrease also. It remains the same every year. So the second farmer, the first year, the second year, and the third year, he is having the same production, not able to increase his production capacities. Maybe because his land is small and he is we can say he is a medium farmer, neither loss nor gain. He continues to work throughout the year and he remains the same, not able to increase his production. Now let's see about another farmer, a poor farmer. So this must be the medium farmer. Now let us see about a poor farmer. So this is a third type of farmer who is very poor. So let's say he has got the capital 60 kg of paddy he has got. That is what he is going to use as a capital. He will sow that seed and then he will use 40 for himself. For his family he will use 40. Then how much is extra? Only 20 is extra, and he will keep that one for capital. Next year's production he has got only 20. So if he is using 20 for next year capital, he will be able to produce only 40, double he is able to produce. Then he needs 40 for consumption, for eating in his own house he needs 40. So if he use 40 here, then there is nothing more, no surplus, no extra. For next year's capital there is nothing. So he has to borrow from others. He has to go and borrow from the rich farmer. He has to borrow maybe 60. Then 40 he will use for himself for eating. Then only 20 is left. Then 20 surplus. Again same thing will happen. So this person, he has to borrow money every year from others. He does not have enough money for himself, or his productions are not enough for himself, and therefore he has to always depend on others. He is not able to manage by himself, not self-sufficient. That is a situation of a poor farmer. So the rich farmer is able to give extra every year, and the medium farmer, he has no extra and no loss, he remains the same throughout the year. And the poor farmer, he has not enough. The land is very small, therefore he is not able to produce. He is able to, after his own family use, very little is surplus, and that is not sufficient for next year. He has to borrow from others. Every year he has to borrow from others, and therefore he will continue to remain poor. He cannot think about becoming rich. He cannot think about becoming rich or earning profit and so on. He will always remain the same. That is the situation in the villages, especially among the farmers. So that is, we are talking about the surplus products. Surplus means the extra product. So those who have got extra, they can sell it in the market and get money and give that money as a loan to other poor farmers, and they will pay interest, and the rich will become richer and richer, and the poor fellows, they will be working harder and harder, and they will have no saving at all. That is a poor situation. So now let us come to non-farming products. So long we are talking about farming, producing the food grains in the farm, in the land. Now let's see non-farming activities which are not farming. other activities in a village. What are they? Non-farming activities. So let's see what are the non-farming activities. One is dairy. Dairy activities. I hope you know what is dairy. Not the book that we are using for writing. That spelling is different. This is dairy means milk products. So another dairy is D-I-A-R-Y. That is used for writing. That dairy. This is D-A-I-R-Y. Milk products. That is for dairy products or milk products. So dairy is a common activity in many families in Palampu village. So many families have got buffaloes or cows or goats in order to get milk. And people feed their buffaloes on various kinds of grass and jowar and bajra that grows during the rainy season. So people will plant so many things like bajra, jowar, grass, all that. So feeding their animals. Mostly buffaloes they are growing. Buffalo will give more milk. Then the milk is sold in Ragans. So they'll milk the buffalo and take the milk and sell it in the Ragan market in the village. And two traders from Sahanpur town have set up collection chilling centers at Ragans. So many farmers are having these buffaloes in their house, and so each one cannot milk their buffalo and take the milk and sell it to the next village. It will be very time consuming. People have to go to the field for working also. So if all of them are going to the next village for selling the milk, then they are losing their time. So in order to help them, what happened? Two traders from Shahpur town, they came and set up a chilling machine. Chilling machine means make it cold. If you don't keep it cold, the milk will get spoiled. So it will take time to reach to the next village, and by the time it reach there, the milk will be spoiled. So instead of getting it spoiled, what to do? In the village they have started a chilling plant, a cooling plant. They will make the milk cold and it can remain for a long time. So the people can go and give to these traders, and they will buy the milk and they will keep it cold, and afterwards they will sell it in the market. So people are saved. They can save their time. Of course they may have to give some money, extra money for these people for chilling and so on. Yet they are saving their time. Then these people, the traders, they will collect the milk from the people and they will chill it, cool it, and then they will carry to different cities and sell it to different places like hotels, tea shops, houses, and so on. That is how they manage. That is one non-farming activity of the people. And the second non-farming activity is manufacturing. Is manufacturing. So not a very big scale manufacturing, not manufacturing machines and so on, but small scale, making small things that is there in the village. So at present, less than 50 people are engaged in manufacturing in Palambur village. So very few people. He said 450 people are there, but only 50 people are engaged in this manufacturing business. So unlike the manufacturing that takes place in the big factories, in the towns and cities, manufacturing in Palambur is very simple production methods. They are using very simple production method. I said they are not using very complicated machines and so in order to produce things, but they are using very small things. They are producing small things and using small machines and so on. So for one such example is the sugar crushing machine, sugar cane crushing machine. I am sure you have seen sugar cane. It is containing lot of juice. So people who are cultivating sugar cane, they can cut it at the time of harvest and give to this man, one who is having this small factory for crushing sugar cane. So he will buy that sugar cane from the people and crush it in his machine and take the juice and then produce jaggery. I hope you know jaggery. In Hindi it is called gur. So instead of sugar we can use this jaggery. Jaggery is more healthy than sugar. Sugar contains a lot of chemicals and it gives you a lot of sickness. But if you take gur or jaggery, then it is good for health. So people produce this gur or jaggery and then he will sell it into nearby villages. So that is a small industry. So he buys sugarcane from the people and sell it to the people. Then here all the times they were using bullock carts or bulls for crushing the sugarcane. So people were not happy with the bull crushing the sugarcane. It will be dirty. Cow dung also may be mixed there sometimes. Therefore, people did not like that style. So he bought this electric machine which is functioning, running with electricity, and there the people are happy and he is able to make jaggery and go and sell it in the market. And so we can see if there are more people starting this business, what will happen? At present, one man is running this business or running this small manufacturing, that he has got a sugarcane crusher machine. Suppose tomorrow some other people also go and buy a better machine. If they may buy two machines, then they will be able to crush more and able to produce more jaggery. Then all the people may go and sell it to them. Or if they are giving little higher price, then this man may lose his job. He may not get customers. All other people may go to other place where they get profit. So there can be competition in the future. At present he is the only one. Therefore there is no competition. All the people have to depend on him. If he say I will give you one sugarcane 5 rupees, people have to accept that. There is no other choice. They cannot carry it and go to the faraway village for selling, because it will be very expensive again. They have to pay transportation charge, all that. So they are completely depending on this. But in the future, if another person starts a business, better business, bring a better machine, then this person may face competition and people may go to the other person. So that is the second industry that is there in Palanpur village. So first one is dairy, another one is manufacturing. Manufacturing is not in large scale but very small scale. So we shall wind up today, and I hope you remember whatever we studied. So we said the farmers, when they have surplus, they can go and sell it in the market, get money, and it will be possible only for the richer farmers. Those who are very rich, those who are producing plenty, they will be able to go and sell it in the market and get that money, deposit in the bank, and when they need, take it out and give loan to the poor farmers, and afterwards collect it from the farmers with high interest. So they will increase their profit. And for the middle farmers, they are no profit, no loss, they just go on in the same way. But for the poor farmers, they don't have enough for their own consumption and they struggle every year. They have to borrow the capital from others, from the richer farmers or from the money lenders. Every year they have to go on borrowing and borrowing. Afterwards they have to return back with interest, and so they are really struggling. Their real life is really a struggle, and that is the situation among the farmers. Then we saw in Palanpur village, apart from the farming, there are also some other non-farming activities are there. One we said dairy, that is the milk production. So people mostly grow buffaloes and they feed them nicely with good grass with the jowar and bajra and so on, so that the buffalo will give more milk, and that milk is given to traders who are running a chilling station there, and they buy the milk and they chill it and they carry it to different places and sell it. So they chill it because the milk may not get spoiled. Then another group is manufacturing industry. What item are they manufacturing? They are manufacturing jaggery. So they use sugar cane, they crush it in the machine, and with that juice they make sugar, they make jaggery, and jaggery then carried to different places and sold it in different places. So that is how the industry is taking place. So thank you for listening. Have a nice time.